And this is Frank, and I'm going to be your host today, and we have some very, very exciting news. I'm extremely excited about the tools that we're going to be presenting and some of our guest speaker who is going to help me do the presentation. But by way of introduction, I'd like to start off by saying we are Easy Financial Group, LLC, and we are a highly motivated group of professionals. And that's why we invited you. The structure of our company is very simple. It's not an MLM. It is a standard affiliate marketing type of company. We market products from very many different sources. We have our member office. We have our underwriters. The underwriters help us get the deals across the finish line. We have our Easy Pro agents. The Easy Pro agents are our target for today. I'm going to have to mute everyone. Mute all. Oh, not. I wanted to do that. I wanted to mute all. Okay. Yes. Mute all. All right. So as we were saying, we're going to, our target today is talking about Easy Pro agents and then the Easy Standard agents. And our expectations are high. We expect you to do whatever it takes to drag each and every deal over the finish line. We expect you to encourage all those who are below your pay grade, as well as those who are above your pay grade. We'll be focusing our efforts on the most motivated people who want to earn above average income. We'll be focusing on our efforts on those motivated people who want to step up to pro agent. All of our Easy Standard agents will continue to receive the same high level of support. However, our Easy Pro agents will receive an even higher level of support and guidance. Our compensation program is very, very simple. That Easy Standard agent would earn $1,000. On the very same deal, our Easy Pro agent would earn 50% more. In other words, for the very same transaction, if you were an Easy Pro agent, you would earn $1,500 on the exact same deal. Now, let's say our Easy Standard agent earned $1,000 and you were an Easy Pro agent, you would earn a 50% override on your standard agents. In other words, you'd receive a $500 override. And let's say our Easy Pro agent has 10 standard agents. Now, we are not MLM. We don't go deep, we go wide. You can have as many agents as you want underneath you. Once you have these agents underneath you and they're earning $1,000 each, the pro agent could earn a 50% override, and 10 times $500 would be $5,000. We will be constantly providing you with the tools to make these numbers a reality in your life. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you our newest funding master class. And it gives me even greater pleasure to introduce to you the president. Oh, man, it's not working. Oh. Mr. President, are you there? Mr. President, if you're with us, unmute yourself and join in. Oh, no, don't say that. I will have to try to find you, Mr. President, and unmute you. Mr.
There we
President.
go.
Okay.
Yes. There we go, Frank. Frank, good afternoon.
Mr. President, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, Frank, I love you. So that was funny. So, all right. Well, glad to be here, Frank. So thanks for the introduction. You didn't say my name.
So this is
Okay.
Trey Sublette, the president of Finance Agents, and we are so glad to have him on board with us. And today we're going to have a little conversation about the booming economy. The economy is absolutely booming, and there are millions of jobs being added every month, and hundreds, thousands every month. And that means that there are hundreds of opportunities for us to shine. And that's what we want to talk about. So today we're going to talk about the Masterclass, the new unsecured funding Masterclass. So tell us a little bit about that, if you would, Mr. President.
Sure, Frank. All right, everyone, thank you. Again, my name's Trey Sublette. So I am super excited that we've launched our Unsecured Finance Masterclass. This is the second one we've done. I got outvoted about a year ago. I really wanted to do this one first, but my associates wanted to do the real estate first. And real estate is all over the place. But with unsecured finance, it's our longest running product. I've been working with it since 2007. I still remember my first client in January 2007. And so it's something we've really refined. We have the best fulfillment team, amazing underwriters. And so I'm super, super proud of the course. Now, Frank, I might say, the economy it's been good, but it may be trending in a different direction. So, that's even more important. If the economy were to take a downturn in the future, you got to get the funding for your business now. And so that's something I'm preaching a lot to any of our potential clients. So, but the Unsecured Finance Masterclass is a higher level of education of our most popular program, which is the Unsecured Business Finance Program.
So let's talk about that just for a moment. There are lots of new businesses that are popping up and lots of opportunities. And let's say, for example, I was one of them. If I went to my local bank and said, look, I just started a business and I'd like to get a loan from you to fund my business. What do you think the likely answer would be from my local bank?
Well, the local bank's probably going to say, well, have you been in business for at least 2+ years?
Well, no, sir. I just started up tomorrow, actually. I'm going to get my my LLC started. So how much money can you lend?
Right. So unfortunately, they probably don't work with startups. They'd probably say, well, come back and talk to us. We've been in business for at least 2+ years. And so that's going to be the normal reaction. So if they were to want to explore, they may ask, hey, do you have a business plan? Do you have business insurance? How's your personal credit? What's your experience like? Do you have any collateral? They may start going into the more traditional questions to make it super, super hard.
So I can see it's going to be almost an insurmountable, if not insurmountable, task for a new startup to get business. How long does somebody have to be in business for him to qualify for the unsecured funding program?
Well, that's one of the biggest benefits, Frank, and that's for any potential client, they can be brand new. They may not even have a foreign business entity yet, which we can help them do that. So there is no time of business requirement when it comes to this program.
So basically, all they need, what do they need for an application? How many years of tax returns, and what are the requirements?
Well, it's a lot easier if we were to be exploring an SBA or more traditional funding. We'd be asking for personal tax returns, credit report, resume. We'd be asking for proof of income, collateral, all these things. But for This program, it's really, you don't need that. You just need that one person with good credit to project onto the new business profile. So a lot less hoops and hurdles to jump through.
Okay, well that's fantastic news.
But
So
it comes down to this, Frank.
So what actually will we need?
Well, to do an internal review, which is super beneficial to any potential client to provide clarity, is a complete credit report. So if I'm talking to Mrs. Jones, I need to get a full credit report from her or her credit partner to do an internal review. So don't really need anything else besides that. Having an application is always a benefit, but definitely not required.
Okay, well, good. Well, good. So I've got this client that's got an 800 FICO, so he's going to be a slam dunk, right?
Well, you know, we're talking a lot of different things, Frank, and this is one of the things about the Unsecured Finance Masterclass is building up your knowledge of the target markets, the requirements, the processes. So I couldn't say it enough. By going through the masterclass, it will allow you to be able to pinpoint potential clients on a daily basis, and B, talk in a more higher educated way in pre-qualifying from the get-go. So, you know, at the end of the day, the target markets, they're everywhere, from startups that we're talking about now to real estate investors, to people who are looking to buy a small franchise. It's all across the board.
So basically, what our unsecured funding masterclass is going to do is going to answer all of these questions, concerns, and teach you exactly what to be looking for so that you can pre-qualify your clients and have a great understanding of the use of this program. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely, Frank. And so you said something before, and that was within the Easy Financial Group is everyone's going to do whatever it takes, right? And that first step in doing that is educating yourself. So for me, my most valuable asset is my time. And so it's tough when someone wants to work with this program, but if they don't take the education, you spend a lot of time answering questions that you really shouldn't have to answer. If they've gone through the course, they're going to know it. And so I can't stress enough, time is usually the most valuable asset for most people. By taking the time to go through an educational course like this, I'm super proud of, it will save you so much time in the future and be more beneficial in your pocket.
Well, I tend to agree with that. I tend to agree with that if the people just take the effort, put in the effort to go through the class and learn the course material, then they'll be able to whiz right through it when it comes time to implement the actual clients.
Right.
So one of the requirements that Easy Financial is going to do is to become an Easy Pro agent. We're going to actually require everyone to go through this process. Tell me, once they go through the process and once they learn this process, will they have the opportunity to sell this product themselves?
Yeah, definitely with Easy Financial Group, absolutely. So let me kind of walk people through. So what happens is this: you invest in the course, you get a seat in our learning management system, you instantly have the course to start at your own leisure, your own convenience. You go through a series of training videos. You take a quiz after each video. At the halfway point, you do a course review call, going over the questions and answers maybe didn't get properly correct. Go over your questions, hammer out some really important aspects of the program and processes, and then move on to phase 2, which is the certification test. Once you've completed the certification tests, it's manually graded, provide feedback, and then we do an implementation strategy call at the end to help coordinate how you're going to use the education in finding and working with clients. So it is a process. I should mention, you mentioned the different levels, like member office. If everyone here is not really familiar with the member office concept, that's here at Finance Agents. That's for people who they're basically it costs $15,000 to be a member office here at Finance Agents. And so we made a decision about a year ago. We wanted to provide the same type of education that our member offices get to other individuals. So this is the same type of structure or education that someone who's invested $15,000 is getting. And since you're part of the Easy Financial Group, it's a much lower investment, I would say.
Okay. So that might be a good time to segue into that, but before we do that, I was going to say, take me through some of the typical things that you would learn once you got into the modules of the Unsecured Funding Masterclass.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. And there's so much to it. I'll kind of list some of the things. One is you're going to learn more about the requirements of qualifying. So the qualifying aspects when it comes to credit. You're going to learn, all about the main benefits of the program and what it involves. So you're going to learn more about the type of capital that it involves. You're going to learn about the processes of how things unfold with the funding phase. You're going to learn about the different target markets to go after and look at, and also compensation. So the biggest part, I believe, is all about the underwriting guidelines. There's a lot of time dedicated to that. It's not as easy as saying, oh, you got 700 credit, you qualify. That's not the case. So it's also talking about and educating people on what's needed for review, what's needed for fulfillment. So my goal for someone who's gone through the entire course, they should be very confident in talking about any type of aspect when it comes to unsecured business funding. And so I've seen a great influx of lead flow and deals of people who've gone through the course compared to people who don't go through the course. But at the end of the day, it's going to be from A to Z, from potential clients to underwriting guidelines to processes to fulfillment, form of capital, debt servicing, anything and everything, closing calls, how closing calls presented and conducted. So those are a lot of different examples, I guess, Frank, I think, that cover the entire education.
Okay, so now if someone finds themselves lost for any reason, what should they do if they find themselves where they just don't quite understand a concept that's being presented? What alternative would they have?
Like as far as if they're going through the course, Frank, or when you say lost?
Well, they're going through the course and, something just doesn't click. Just doesn't make sense.
Well, basically they need to contact their team leader. They need to contact whoever their team leader would be and ask, I need more clarification on this. So two very vital parts of the masterclass is the course review call and the implementation strategy call. So the course review call is really meant to, at the halfway point, go over the course, go over any and all questions the person has. I like to spotlight several things. I want to make sure they understand. And then the final call is more of the implementation strategy call. Go over the certification test, go over the questions and answers they can get properly right. I have some talking points. But I think a mistake people make sometimes is they don't ask questions. They kind of just go through the motions. And that's not what I want. I want people to absorb the information, ask questions. If something's not quite clear, then I want them to contact their team leader if they're working with whoever it would be, if it's with yourself or any of the underwriters with an Easy Financial Group.
All right. Well, so the midway point, the halfway point, by that time they've learned quite a bit. And by that time, they've got a good comprehension of what's going on, and they have the confidence of having somebody who's gone through it before them to help them out. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely correct. And again, people aren't going to remember everything. You're going to remember 50%, 60%, wherever it would be. That's when we have the course review call to really hammer home the things that we want to make sure you have a good grasp of the different concepts. So it's going to be a lot of information, a lot of valuable information. And just like if you're going through a course at, Cal State Long Beach or University of Virginia. You're not going to remember everything, so it needs to be repeated, and that's part of the course review call. And then on the final call, we'll make sure we want to provoke thought. We have a lot of questions in our certification test. They're not as simple as yes or no. We want people to write things out. And so some questions, there is multiple answers that are correct, and sometimes there's multiple answers that are incorrect. So we want to provoke thought while they're going through the education.
Okay. All right. Well, that's really great. I understand that you don't have a whole lot of time, and I really appreciate the time that you've given us. Is there any other final words would like to say, or would we have a minute or two to open it up to questions?
Let's go to the questions, Frank. Why not? Sure.
Okay. All right. So again, Trey does not have a whole lot of time today. He's got to jump from this call right directly into another. So if you have any questions about what you'll get from the unsecured funding masterclass, or how you can go about taking that class, what I'd like you to do is just unmute yourself, shout out your name so we know who we're talking to, and then go ahead and ask your question. So anyone have any questions? Let's go ahead and unmute yourself, shout out your name, and ask your question. Wow, Trey, you did a fabulous job. Nobody has any questions.
I have a question. Joe in Texas. Well, Joe, go ahead. Well, what else? What if someone has good income? Can they also do a personal term loan along with the unsecured business finance program? And the answer is yes. And so there's two different products that kind of intertwine with the unsecured business financing program. That's what you'll learn as well when it comes to the Masterclass. And so it's important. Sometimes people don't have enough depth to the credit profile. So the personal term loan program is something everyone should learn more about, and that's going to be in the course as well. And so, as an example, I'm about to get on a call with a consult I have to be on, and they're buying into a franchise. And it's a husband and wife. They both have good credit. They both have good income. So they're doing a combination of unsecured business funding with each other and personal term loans for each other to get the maximum amount of results. So with unsecured business finance, we also have to look at unsecured personal finance, which is personal credit cards and personal term loans, to give your potential client as many options as possible. So there are other two peripheral products within this course in addition to the unsecured business finance program.
Well, that gives us a great deal of leverage to get the maximum amount of money for our clients that want to start a new business, start a new venture, or if they just need working capital as in a real estate environment. So that is
right.
That gives us a lot. Would you like to talk a little bit about the promotion that we have for the end of the month?
Sure. So the promotion is you have your link, right, Frank? That's what we're going to be talking about?
Yep, that's what I do. Let me just clarify. Can anyone tell me if they can see the link on the screen? Kimberly, can you see my link on the screen?
Yes, we can. Yes, I can.
Okay, great. If you can, everyone can.
Okay.
All right, good. So let's go. Let's go ahead and talk about the promotions.
Okay. Well, I don't know, Frank. You tell me. I'm not sure. I know that today we're having our webcasts with Tim and Rhoda, and normally this course, the normal is $397, and so people who are not within like Easy Financial Group only have a certain amount of time to capture that at the $197 cost or investment. So for Easy Financial Group, that $197 is in place for the rest of the month. And what else on top of that, Frank? I'm not quite sure. That's all I remember at this point.
Yeah, what I'd like to do is I'd just like to use the same exact promotions that we normally use on the Real Estate Masterclass as well.
Okay, which are what?
Okay. All right.
I mean,
okay. I will be sending out information to everyone and letting everyone know exactly what the deal is. But for right now, it's not $397. If you act quickly, we definitely want to have you sign up for this. So we're going to make it available to you for $197. That's $197, not $397. And as an additional bonus, we feel like people want to do things with other people. It encourages people to do it together. So we are offering right now the ability for you to bring in a friend so the two of you can join in and do the program together. So
There you go.
you will be
Okay.
getting two for the
That's what we're
price of
talking about,
one.
Frank. There we go. Yeah, so definitely. So I failed to remember that. So what happens is this: if you invest in the course, and then you have a person you want to be involved in the course as well, all you have to do is provide their full name, email, and Frank can create their seat in the course. So we'll mainly create that second seat for anyone who invests.
There you go. And that's what I was getting at. We're at 128, coming up 2 minutes up to the hour. So Trey, I want to thank you very much for taking the time. I know this was on short notice for you, and I really appreciate it. Appreciate you taking the interest in working with Easy Financial and all the brand new Easy Pro agents that we're going to be signing up. And the first thing they're going to do is take this unsecured funding masterclass. That is going to be their first step. So with that,
Yeah,
I
I
thank
couldn't.
you.
Frank,
Go
my
ahead.
pleasure. I couldn't recommend it enough. And again, I just want to end one last thing is we used to do at least 100, 150 clients a month with this one program by itself. So the market's there. It's just educating yourself. And I want to pay people out. That's what I want to do. So Frank, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Anything I do to help out, please, anybody let me know. Okay?
All right. And again, we respect your
Perfect.
time and thank you very much. God bless.
Thanks, Frank.
All right. Well, we just got a minute or two left. If there are any final questions before we wrap it up, shout out your name, give me the question. We'll try to answer it best we can. Timothy, glad you could make it. Everyone that's popped in today, we certainly appreciate your coming, and looking forward to folks signing up with this unsecured funding masterclass. It's actually a trifecta. It's unsecured business funding, it's unsecured personal funding, and it is personal term loans. And I've gone through the program myself. It is in depth, it is detailed, but it is easy. It's given to you in very short little 10 or 15-minute um, videos and followed by a 2 or 3 or 4 question quiz. And then during the midway section of the course, we get to really understand and really drive it home what's going on and making sure that you totally get it. And then at the final section of it, we will be guiding you, showing you who you should be going after with this product and how you can promote this product as a product itself. Now it does pay $100 commission. That's not, not $1,000, but it does pay $100. And if you've already taken the course, then you too can sell this product. If you're a pro agent, what you want to be doing is you want to be selling this product to all of your standard agents that come on board and sell it to people who are not even on board with you yet. After they take the class, they will so completely understand what it is that we're doing that you will more than likely sign them up as agents. Again, as a pro agent, if the standard agent made 1,000, you make a 50% override or $500 on their $1,000 commission. If you are a pro agent and you write the deal up yourself, you start off at $1,500 commissions. So this is a very, very lucrative product. It's going to make it easy for so many people to understand the product. And with the economy booming the way it is right now, whether it continues to go up or if it takes a downward turn, every one of the businesses that are already in business or getting ready to go into business need funding. Remember that. They all need funding, and you can provide it. You are what greases the skids in this economy. You're the one providing the money that they need to conduct business. With that, if there are no final questions, I'm going to say God bless and thank you all for showing up, and I appreciate your time. God bless.